Welcome to a broadcast of the recent Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Wednesday morning at the Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings and you are invited to attend. Agendas are posted prior to the meeting at www.loraincounty.us. Click on Departments to see the Commissioners page, then click on View Agenda.
Good morning. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 1st meeting of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. Mrs. Beidelman is coming up to do our prayer this morning.
Lord, as we come to you this morning, we thank you for all things. We thank you for our commissioners and their team, Lord, and we thank you how they're really working together as a team, trying to make things better for Lorain County. Just continue to give them the wisdom and knowledge they need to work together to make the right decisions. And Lord, we know that they care about the county, they care about the success of the county, and each and every person that's in this county, each and every employee that works for Lorain County. So we thank you for that everything can just come together and Lorain County can have the success that they rightly deserve. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Our dog warden's going to take care of our dog this morning from the kennel.
Just speak really loud because I don't.
Very laid back Jack he's about 2.5 years old. He's already neutered. He's ready for adoption today. So we also have 27 other dogs there if this doesn't suit your taste. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Under Resolutions Number 1, Investments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kalo.
Aye.
Appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kalo.
Aye.
Transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kalo.
Aye.
No advances, no repayments, requisitions.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kalo.
Aye.
There was trouble.
No travel.
No travel?
No travel
No
this week.
bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kalo.
Aye.
Under the airport, approve various sublease agreements with Aerodon Limited LLC effective retroactive January 1st, 2015 through December 31st, 2015 with a 60-day cancellation clause. 1, North Coast Flying Club and payment of $250 per month starting retroactive to February 1st, 2015. And 2, Civil Air Patrol and payment of $700 per month starting retroactive to February 1st, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Under the Commissioners, authorize various personnel actions as indicated on the summary sheet for employees within jurisdiction of Lorain County Commissioners.
Mr. Cortez?
Thank you, Madam Commissioner. I do have a few personnel issues, potential hires, Golden Acres, Job and Family Services, Community Development, maybe Solid Waste. Would like to have you look them over in executive session. I also think we probably should get updated on ongoing litigation and some pending litigation. Both of those topics are allowable under the Sunshine Act for executive session discussion, so I'd ask at the conclusion of our meeting we go into executive session and talk about those two items I've outlined. Thank you.
Thank you.
Approve and waive the reading of the minutes of June 24th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski.
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla.
Aye.
Receive and journalize the annexation petition of 97.73 acres from Pittsfield Township to the City of Overland. Attorney Jennifer A. Flint, agent for petitioner JVS, August 4th at 9:30 a.m., which will be the 39th day will be of the review.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Fix the final hearing on July 21st at 9:30 a.m. on the engineer's report, estimated assessments on proceedings for the improvement and on claims for compensation damages for Stang Ditch, Elyria Township.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, if we can just talk a minute about that, Teresa. When we met this morning, the letter will be going out to the residents showing all the assessments,
Correct.
but they're not being assessed because Stormwater District is paying for the Stang Ditch, but just so
Yeah,
Correct. This is
procedural.
just the
Yeah,
procedural.
procedurally, and why don't we just explain it?
Yeah, let's
We
talk
probably have to-
about it.
Well, we should do it a couple times. As council's informed us, when we're technically not able to not put maintenance on a ditch that has been cleaned, so the maintenance goes on, but then you immediately suspend the maintenance on the ditch. We need to get that word out a little bit more fully. We're working with the township trustees, so that they're informing the residents of that. And until we find a way of not having to levy the maintenance at all, that's the way our position's going to be.
And they're working on it in Columbus on how to changing the whole ditch process anyway, petition process, so,
Yes.
Well, it'd be nice if they made it a little easier.
without a doubt. But just to bring it up, because the letters will be going out, and those people have those $7,000 assessments, don't come storming us.
Well,
When they don't have the assessment, so.
and we can send those letters through the Stormwater District, so let's charge it over to the Stormwater District.
And I just sort of an FYI, because we had to add additional language to the letter we were talking about this morning to notify. So it's best I thought I'd bring it up here during this, and at least some clarification.
And then the resolution will read that the maintenance is being suspended when it's on the agenda.
Correct. Okay,
So
just
will
want to
there
bring
be-
it up.
Will there be a follow-up letter clarifying
Well,
that, or-
the first resolution we did basically stated that there is no assessments being charged, it's all suspended. But by code, by the commissioner side, we have to go through the whole single process.
But-
So now the letters will go to the residents stating, these are your assessments, this is your maintenance. But then I put a sentence in there, this has gone through the stormwater, your maintenance and assessments are zeroed, but we still have to go through the process, because they still
Well, no,
can.
they're not zero. The maintenance assessments are gonna be there, but they're being
Suspended.
Amended, correct.
Right, yeah.
So I wouldn't say zero. I would suggest, that we tell them what it would be, and then indicate that the board is suspending, collecting maintenance on ditches. I wouldn't say it's gonna be zero. You never know what's gonna happen in 20 years, 15
Right.
years. So, right now, maintenance is being suspended, and the Stormwater District is picking up the cost of maintaining the ditch.
Okay, so we're still drafting?
Yeah, we can take a look at it.
Yeah.
Can we?
We were
work
talking
on
about
that a
it this
little bit?
morning, so.
Yeah, the letter is your basic letter that goes out with all the code information on there, because they have 21 days to file the claim and damages.
Yeah, just.
Why don't I just attach a separate letter with yours from the Stormwater District and put it in there? That's okay?
Can that be part of the notification if we had another letter to it from Stormwater District, what's going on?
I guess we could.
I just-
Can't
Yeah,
we? I
you can
mean,
always add information. The only other thing I wanted to add is, because we're getting easements, there's a second reason for having to do the second hearing, even though we want to move these along.
Well, that's why we didn't think we were gonna have to have a second hearing, but then based on your legal
Right.
side, you said we had to have a second
Right.
hearing, and then I've been communicating with Teresa.
Now, remember, really, the only ditch petitions you're gonna be seeing are the ones that there's potentially property owners that won't give a voluntary easement for us to clean the ditches. If that occurs, and the policy of the Stormwater District and supported by the Stormwater Advisory Committee is that we do the petition process, because once you go through the petition process and the hearing process, then they're allowed to go on that property and clean that ditch. We're hopeful that we'll gain agreeable acceptance without the necessity of doing the petition. So hopefully you won't see many of them in the future.
Well, telling you that, we also got a letter
I was-
from Ken
yeah.
Carney.
I have it here, do you want me
Oh,
to read it?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. It's kind of a reinforcement letter, what we're doing with our stormwater. It's to Ken Carney, our engineer from Rick Dominico, who is the highway superintendent, and it was dated June 29th. It says, due to ongoing efforts of the county stormwater management plan, I am pleased to report our highway crews have not seen an increase in road closures or high water incidents caused by heavy rainfall. The success of the stormwater strategies was especially evident during the severe rainfall the county experienced between June 18th and June 29th. So they're happy with
It's
our
working.
progress. It's working.
But it's gonna take
It's gonna take a long time.
Years.
We
Long
just
time.
tip of the iceberg, but we're
Well, and you know, on the groundwork, the footwork in this is performed by the engineer's office, and the township trustees put a lot of work into this. So, you know, they're the ones that are soldiering out there and looking this over. As you know, when we looked over wasn't Stang, what's the one that runs out of LaGrange?
Kellner?
Kellner Ditch. You could see from the photos, all of the impediments to flow that were placed into the ditch by people wanting to cross it, and undersized tile, and there's just been a lack of total maintenance, and of course, it's the people upstream that bear the brunt of what's done downstream. So we're gonna be working on that, and we'll resolve that issue with flooding up by LaGrange there, but that'll take a couple of years. But at least we have resources and we're heading in the right direction, but we gotta make sure that people understand we're suspending the fee. We're not giving.
Eliminating it.
Correct.
Just suspending it. The district is taking over responsibility for the cost of maintenance.
Speaking of flooding, did we ever offer,
Yes, we did.
oh, we did, for Ben's for Avon Lake?
They felt that they had it pretty well under control. They
Okay.
did an extra pickup day.
Right, they did.
They were grateful for the board offering help. And while the flooding situation is always bad when you flood, it wasn't quite as bad as it had been in North Ridgeville and Avon on previous occasions where they had so much they needed to put into dumpsters. But Mr. Bailey made communication with them. We told them if something happens, let's revisit the issue.
Okay.
Great, wonderful.
Yeah, I drove through there Sunday when I went to visit my family, and a lot of items on the curb.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah.
pickup. It was pretty bad. So I just wanted to come back to this letter. How many households are impacted? Do we know roughly?
7.
7.
The Stang Ditch that we want.
Right. So 7 households. Okay.
7 or 9.
Okay. Well, we should be able to have some. Does it make sense to have a sit down with them to explain?
Well,
what's going
they'll
on?
come to the hearing. I'll make sure they get a communication,
Right.
clearly outlining
Okay.
what the expectations of the petition process will be
Okay.
with regard to fees.
Okay.
I just think the stormwater, just sending that along with the
That's fine.
public hearing, I just think, you know,
We could do that. Teresa has some requirements she has to meet by the code, so,
Right.
and we'll just piggyback into that and we'll take care of that. I just want to make sure that nobody takes a day off from work to come up here and protest fees that they weren't going to pay.
right, that's what I mean. I mean,
Yeah.
let's,
Try to make it as clear as possible,
Let's
yeah.
not burden the
Yeah, you know,
process for people.
We're dealing with small number of property owners,
Right.
so it's not like it.
And I
can't
think
really-
they know it already, but we'll reinforce that. Nothing makes somebody madder than to come up here and to find out they didn't even, now they're gonna protest something, they took a day off, and so you're giving them something they're not gonna be grateful for because they're not gonna be up here. So
Sure.
we'll make sure it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Well, probably talk to Rob Scheitower too and have him get the word out.
Yeah, again, I believe they all know it, I believe the
Okay.
word is out, but we'll reinforce that
Okay.
communication.
Yeah, but that trust in government, they think they know, and then we send it out your assessments, you know, X amount of dollars, and
Well, the
Those
first
darn
person they're gonna call is
commissioners.
Scheitower, so,
yeah.
again, we'll take care of it.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
Tower has a pretty big bill anyway, so.
Okay.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Under Children and Family, approve and enter into various contracts for the provision of community-based programs for the prevention of child abuse and/or neglect for fiscal year 16 Children's Trust Fund effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. One Child Care Resource Center, $26,482 for Parent Cares Program. Child Care Resource Center for $9,950 for the Parent Wisely Program. Ohio Guidestone, $29,800 for the Incredible Years Program. Ohio Guidestone, $19,680 for their Nurturing Parent Program. And the Nord Center Kids First Child's Advocacy Center, $5,350 for the Stewards of Children Program.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Approve various contracts for fiscal year 16, Help Me Grow program for Part C service coordination, evaluation, and therapy consultation, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. Children's Development Center for services, therapy, consultation, OTPT and speech, $13,227.27. And Neighborhood Alliance Services coordination and evaluations for $496,410.
So moved?
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundey?
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Approve and enter into various contracts for family support services for the Family Centered Support and Services Grant for fiscal year 2016, effective July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016. Beach Brook Youth Mentoring, $10,000, and Child Care Resource Center Parent Advocacy at $13,000.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Under Community Development, award contract to J.A. Kilby Enterprises, North Ridgeville, in the amount of $8,106, which includes a 10% contingency for any unforeseen change orders for Catherine Van Nader at 11754 Quarry Road, Overland, to receive grant assistance from CHIP Program Year 14 Home Repair Activity. 15 invitations to bid were sent, 4 received, lowest not most responsive. 3 bids were over 10%, therefore the second invitation to bid was sent to 15, 1 received, and will be paid from the CDBG CHIP OHTF home repair account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Mr. Cortez?
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This is our last meeting before July 4th. I know that, that holiday has become synonymous with picnics and family time and maybe some beers on the beach or wherever you decide to rebel rouse, but just want to remind everybody that the freedom is a precious thing. And on July 4th, we should just take a moment to remember it's about freedom, and it's about choices, and it's about the abilities to make choices and have religious beliefs and move forward without being repressed, and to live in a society that gives you at least a chance to do better for yourself. And so I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July, and I'll yield to council. Thank you.
Getting sentimental on us there, Corday.
Did
It
you
was a real
help,
tearjerker, wasn't
I
it?
know, where's my tissue?
did you
there?
help in the drafting of the Supreme Court decision? I do have a whole list of, I think, 4 or 5 pending and
Wow.
imminent litigation cases to talk to the commissioners in executive session.
Commissioners report.
I have 2 dog issues today. The young woman who came in a week or 2 ago for Bark for Your Park. Don't forget to keep voting. It's going on for 21 more days. As of this morning, Sheffield Lake has 2,412 votes. So I've been voting every day, so make sure you do that. And then Fido's is having a fundraiser at Bar 145 on Detroit Road in Avon. Half the proceeds for this fundraiser is going to our dog kennel. So if you want tickets, they are $25, includes 2 drink tickets, buffet-style food, and the tickets have to be purchased ahead of time, so you have to either call, go to fidoscompanion.com or make a check payable to Fido at Post Office Box 518, Avon 44011. So I'll have Hal put that up on the screen, but they're really good partners with our dog kennel, help with the spay and neuter program, doing all the transporting the dogs to the vets and all that. So really thank them for always helping us.
I was going to say, Madam President,
Yes.
as a new business in Lorain County, they haven't been open very long. They're over near Mitchell's Ice Cream, and have had a chance to stop in there several times for lunch and for dinner, and the food's very good. So it's certainly a good place to go for a fundraiser.
Right, right. So make sure you come. I've been there for fundraisers, but not actually for like a dinner or a lunch. So, but the appetizers that they have at those fundraisers are very good. So make sure you attend.
Fido's is you may want to mention that they're very good partners with us at the kennel. They're a very reasonable group to work with, and to Michelle and Mike, they put their own money where their mouth is.
Yep, sure do.
And so they have a lot of their own money invested in helping out with the animals and this fundraiser. And as I think you indicated, half of the funds will go towards assistance at the kennel. Again, they've just been very, very agreeable partners with us, and so I think we should make note of that.
Absolutely. The tickets actually were sold out, and then they talked to the people that own the business there, and they're not allowing anybody from the outside, so they're closing it down just for this event, so they freed up 100 more tickets, so that's why you still can purchase some. And happy 4th of July, safe, and have a great time. End of my report.
Yeah, actually a busy week. Despite the poor weather, the International Festival ended up with a pretty good turnout down there. Nice job there. Princess did a wonderful job. But again, Saturday was kind of tough with the rain, but the parade went well. Commissioner Lundy and I were in that day. What a long walk that was.
Yes.
The state budget was finished up yesterday. It looks like one of the issues that I've been working on for years and years held tight in the state budget. Looks like we're going to have a 50% reimbursement on the indigent attorney fees, which when we first got in office, Commissioner, was 23%.
23, yeah.
Now
And then
we're
it
up-
went up to 34 or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we're up to 50, it looks like, which will be a few $100,000 less that the county has to pay out towards those type of fees. So at least that held. We'll see what the rest of the budget looks like, because there wasn't a total breakdown of all the line item vetoes, what the effects were. Also, City of Lorain, Lorain County lost a great guy, friend of ours for years, Len DeLuca. It's gonna be a tough position to fill. Actually, Len, when I was a young gun years and years ago, serving on boards, Len DeLuca was one of the guys who taught me how to actually temper my enthusiasm. And he also taught me how to ask for a check when I'm trying to raise money. So we're gonna miss Lenny. I saw him a couple months ago at Anchor Lodge and didn't get enough time to speak with him, but best wishes to him and his family, to his family going forward. Sally's a great lady, and like I said, we're really gonna miss Len DeLuca. So it's hard to fill those gaps. We've lost Ted Jacobs and Len DeLuca in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
End of my report.
That's a hard loss for the county. I wanted to start first with the legislature obviously wrapping up the budget, commending you for your hard work and the County Commissioners Association work on the indigent attorney fees and getting that raised to 50% and then keeping it in the budget through the whole process, which is always the toughest part, because things even end up in conference committee and then the magicians appear and things magically disappear or
I think-
added that don't
I
work.
think the one good thing, though, is there's so many attorneys now in the legislature, they wanted to make sure that
Right.
these attorneys got paid their money.
Right, absolutely. Still not seeing much help from Columbus, though, overall. So all that happens in Columbus is the bragging about not raising your taxes, and all they do is they push everything down to the local level. So it just equates to local taxes. And I've said this before, if you look at Ohio, when we compare and state taxes to other states, we're pretty much in the middle, around 25. But then when you put in local taxes, we jump all the way up to the 5th highest taxing state. So it just goes to show how the formula that they're using in Columbus is not a good formula. Unfortunately, it ends up hurting our safety forces here locally and our services that we're able to deliver. And we know, we look at the harsh numbers every day, and our numbers for our future aren't looking very good either. So a lot of governments sitting in that kind of seat. Had a chance to attend the Visit Lorain County meeting this past week. They were running through their marketing budget. They've actually budgeted about $35,000 for the year. They've invested about $26,000 so far, just over $8,000 remaining. So if you pick up Cleveland Magazine at the newsstand recently or soon, or Ohio Magazine, you're going to see a nice ad that we put in there for the Follow the Fish event coming up, which we're also partnering in on that. Wanted to congratulate organizers in Avon Lake for another successful waterfront wine festival that was held at Veterans Park. They had actually about 1,800 people show up originally. They went through all the wine glasses that they had, and they had to open up boxes from previous events just to make sure that they were able to meet the demand. So they believe that overall they had about 2,000 people on the lakefront, and so that's good for our county. It's people get to come in, they get to experience what we're all about here in Lorain County. And even the weather cooperated, thank goodness. The International Festival Parade, very much enjoyed that. A nice turnout for that. It started to sprinkle a little bit right when the parade was getting started, and then the rain went away. I think Commissioner Kalo has a twin brother, because there was a parade marshal, looked just like him, that was there at the parade, kind of taking charge, making sure everybody was organized, and then even managed to run up to catch up with me midway through the parade. So you must have two twin brothers.
Yeah, two twin brothers.
And had the opportunity yesterday to attend the unveiling and launch of LorainCounty.com has this new LC Explorer, which is going to be focusing on the various activities and events in Lorain County. It's going to be an app that will be available through the App Store. Pretty exciting stuff. We're hoping to meet with them and have some discussions as to how Visit Lorain County can work in partnership with them to make this even more effective. That concludes my report.
Next Tuesday at 9:30, we'll have a commissioners meeting on the vacation hearing of Bean Township. Board correspondence?
I move the reading be waived.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
Public comment?
Anybody wishing to speak this morning? I didn't see anybody running up to the podium, so I'm going to move to go into executive session as outlined by our administrator and assistant county prosecutor.
Second.
Ms. Kowski?
Aye.
Mr. Lundy.
Aye.
Mr. Kayla?
Aye.
This has been a broadcast of the recent Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Wednesday morning at 9:30 at the Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and you are invited to attend. Agendas are posted prior to the meeting at www.loraincounty.us. Click on Departments to see the Commissioners page, then click on View Agenda for a printable copy of the agenda.